A very warm welcome wherever you are to the Bishan Stadium, where we will see Hougang United take on the Young Lions from the Bishan Stadium. Should be a cracking game. The Young Lions picking up their first point of the campaign last game out against Tanjong Pagar United, and in fact the last team that the Young Lions did beat was Hougang United last year, and that was in May. Match week 8 looks this way. We're at the Bishan Stadium tonight for Hougang versus the Young Lions. PG Tampines Rovers will take on Tanjong Pagar United. Can anybody stop the juggernaut that is the Lion City Sailors? 7 from 7 from then. Balestier will try on Sunday from the Jalan Besar Stadium. And rounding off match week 8, Alberix Niigata will take on Geylang International from the Jurong East Stadium to see who will be the best team of round 8. As we mentioned then, the Lion City Sailors, 7 from 7 so far. Can anybody stop them? Tonight, though, it's all about Hougang United and the Young Lions. 3 points for the Young Lions would turn around and put them level on points with Tanjong Pagar, but they wouldn't overtake them because of goal difference. Hougang, though, 3 points means that they would leapfrog Balestier Khalsa into 5th place. So all to play for. We always like to catch up with the coaches before the game. Firdaus Qasim gave us his thoughts on the Young Lions. Akbar Nawaz is the actual head coach of Hougang United, but we heard from Otto or Panari Pansiri before this one. Here's their thoughts ahead of what is going to be a big, big game.
Hi Otto, it was a disappointing outcome the last game, but there's a new opportunity here. What have you learned from that game that will help you tonight?
Yes, we learned a lot from last game. Really disappointed for us, but we learned how to improve from our mistake. Like in the defending part, we more focus with the defending part because we believe if we more solid in the defense, not only our defender but whole the team, we much better.
And safe to say you'll be focusing on your defending today, but also how important is it that you be disciplined in that aspect, but also mount your own attacking challenge as well?
Yes, of course, we improve in the defending part, but this game we must focus on the attacking part also because we know this game we want to score a lot for win the game. That's why we focus both and try to make a balance in the attack and defense.
And looking at the previous round results, it looks like both teams really need a win. How much do you want it? How much do you need it?
Yes, we want to win this game, of course. This game, I think Young Lion is a good team also, and we try to give more than 100% to win this game because I think if we can win this game, it's an important 3 points for us and for our standing.
Hi Firdaus, a small but important point gain last match. How much of a boost in morale did it give the whole of the Young Lions camp after this difficult start to the season?
I mean, for a few seconds it was relief, but I think majority of the time it was more of a disappointment because we felt that we could have won the game. But I think this is always a positive sign to know that standards are raising and we are always pushing ourselves to be better, and hopefully the better is today.
And how do you want to see, that positive progress, carry forward over to today's match, despite having very difficult opponents?
Again, it's difficult to predict the result, of course, but we have our own small wins, small targets that we want to achieve collectively. And this, hopefully, time and time again, that we want these small wins to piece together and form the bigger picture, hopefully, with the result.
And with Hougang tonight, how do you foresee this game panning out and what are you prepared for?
Yeah, difficult game for sure. I think as of every opposition in the league, they have very good quality players as well to make the difference. And for us, it's more about to focus on ourselves, to believe in the things that we want to do and to impose in those style of play and hopefully to also build on the last game.
Looking to try and build on the last game. As well they may. They should really have taken all 3 points. And Firdaus Qasim just backing that up in the interview. Joining me is Adam Sawandi. Adam, great to have you alongside us again. They should have won that game quite clearly. Is this the turning point of their season? Can they kick on from here, the Young Lions?
I think we all hope from a neutral standpoint that Young Lions is going to start to pick up this season from this moment. And getting that 1 point was really crucial for them, even though we all felt that he they should have actually got all the 3 points with those big chances in the game. But I think this is only a good opportunity for them to actually come out and try to get all the 3 points.
That being said, Hougang did take the lead, didn't they, with the settled header against Lion City Sailors, but capitulated a little bit. The Lion City Sailors grew stronger as that game went on. Have they got the ability to bounce back tonight?
Yeah, I think Hougang definitely has quite a strong squad, especially in their attacking line. They have players that can actually make a lot of difference, especially like the previous goal scorer, Setterwood, who is actually really dangerous in front of goal. So I think the attacking players, they need to back up, and of course the defending line, they have to be really disciplined tonight, especially because after getting a hammering of 5 goals in the previous game, it's really it goes back down to the training sessions and to tighten up things at the back.
Goals hard to come by for these two teams. In fact, the Young Lions are the lowest goal scorers with only 6 so far this season. 8 for Hougang United and Geylang International. They are the bottom of the pile at the moment. How they could do with the Tomoyoki Doi to turn their fortunes around after that unbelievable season last year. High fives all round then. They are missing Yotsukorn, of course, who went back to Buriram after his loan spell. There are our officials for tonight. Ahmad Akasa is in charge. Of course, the familiar figure there of Jensen Fu will be the 4th official tonight. And in the VAR room, we have Clarence Leo. He will be taking charge with his red button ready to just hit it. And hopefully we don't have the same as what we had the other day, which was some very, very long and prolonged VAR decisions that we had to wait for. So after that 5-1 defeat, just a solitary change then. Haramilo comes into that back line. Washington Haramilo. And it is Nabi Kibunguchi that will miss out. Look out for Farhan Zulkifli, who has starred and has been the main man for Hougang, particularly of late, and he was awarded with 100 appearances for Hougang shirt, a specially designed shirt for him before the match from Akbar Nawaz. There is the bench that will be called upon if required and if needed. There is Akbar Nawaz. Spoke to him before the last game as well, and his Boyd is in good form and really trying to help Otto along with his coaching development as well. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and that is what Firdaus Kasim is thinking. He's kept the same 11 that go out onto the field of play that had that 1-1 draw with Tanjong Pagar, with Mendonca's goal coming in that one. The big problem is, can they get the goals? They need, and they have chances, they have to put them away. But the question is, will they? On the bench, we will see a few of the younger players coming on and going through at some stage, as we always do with the Young Lions. But goals are at a premium. Only 3 goal scorers so far for Firdaus Kasim. Mendonca with 3, Abner Vinicius with 2. And one player who's left already, Lucas Aguero, has got the other goal in the league. We must state that that is, of course, league form. They did create the chances, and I'm sure that Mendonca will look back at a couple of those opportunities and will be very, very disappointed that he didn't put another one in the back of the bag the other day.
Yeah, I think personally, I think as a player, you will look back into your previous games and you will really reflect upon it. And I think he's fortunate enough to get just a couple of days to dwell on the problem that he had, and he's now on the pitch, and he's definitely hoping to do better, much better for the team especially, and also even for himself to get the goals back up.
There's a man who was kept very busy the other night. Izwan Mahbud pulled off a couple of very, very good saves. And already we're having arguments. Victor Blasco not happy about something. Is he having to leave the field of play? Looks like he might be. Sergio Mendonca needs to just pick his chin up a little bit. Had a real good couple of chances the other night, none more so than that header in the second half that could really have put Tanjong Pagar to the sword. But it is the Young Lions that will get us underway in the dark blue strip, kicking from right to left. It's their second game, about 5 days. So obviously, if you don't get a win, you just want to get straight back at it. Hougang exactly the same, and they're looking to press high up the field of play again with that possession-based football that the Young Lions play.
I think it's always an opportunity for the opponents if you play this kind of possession play down deep in your defensive third. And it definitely invites the opposition team to actually press really high and get the opportunity to get the ball and go on quick transition and get to the goal quick.
Ball launched forwards, just nodded back inside. A little bit of time and space there for Harith. Can Hougang learn the lessons from the other day? That's a very strong challenge. That could be a yellow card early doors here. Vestering absolutely flattening the only ever present Harry Spence for the Young Lions. Oh, yep, no question that that was a free kick. Harry Spence, the only player to have started 8 games in a row now. When we say about ever present, they do have 2 other players that have appeared in all of the 7 games that they've played so far. Sergio Mendonca started 6, came on as a sub, and Amir Shafi's started 5 and has come on as a sub on 2 different occasions as well. Just trying to work it through the lines. Harry Spence, who was a big threat the other day as well. Abner Vinicius keeps it simple. Andrew Au in an advanced position. Comfortably looking to retain possession. Ball over the top, the second ball. Vinicius plays it wide. Harry Spence. Mendonca trying to spin and get in behind. There was a little bit of manhandling there from Aramilo. As it is, though, Harry Spence winning the corner. Bright start then from the Young Lions.
Yeah, I think definitely a great start from them, especially with the possession-based game that they're always playing, and then they're building up. And now they get a corner in the early 2 minutes.
They're both still at it as well, look. Mendonca and Aramilo. It's all about the quality of delivery into the box here. And again, they're at it again. This time, it's Andrew Au that goes to ground. Picked up a yellow card early in the game, in the last one. Making the run and just running through a bunch of people, really. Can't do that, fall over and ask for a penalty. So we might finally get the corner after all. Good movement though from the Young Lions. Whipped into that near post area, headed straight up in the air from Amanda Glory, who got his first start of the campaign in the last game. A man who's featured and played a lot in Canada, coming to the fore there. Corner whipped in, straight into the hands of Zarfan Rohaizad. Easy pickings for the keeper. This one, Mahmoud puts his foot right through it. Flag going to go up. No, it'll be a throw in for Hougang. Ball goes out of play, and before you know it, Hougang are at the other end, getting themselves a corner. Firdous Qasim sticking to his guns with the way that he wants to play. Paid dividends in the last game. Can they keep that momentum going now? Long, deep one, headed back towards goal. Aramelo realising he didn't get a good enough contact on that. Vinicius, great ball played through. Harry Spence just got it stuck under his feet. It was a poor first touch from him, and we know he's got a better touch than that, the youngster.
Yeah, really great idea by Abdul Vinicius to put it out to Harry Spence, and if he had a better touch, definitely he could have actually gone straight to goal, or he could actually played it square back to Abdul Vinicius, who was actually scot-free down there to have a free tap in.
Just got the ball stuck under his feet, didn't he? That happens sometimes, but it's going to be another corner for the Young Lions, a third one of this game. We're already 6 minutes in, but the Young Lions looking to try and push forwards. Corner whipped in, it's a dangerous one, good header away though. Strong challenge coming in. Well, you've got to be brave sometimes as a defender, or particularly when you're defending set plays. Hougang were then. Glasgow. Aramelo, the Ecuadorian, who was signed from Deportivo Quito, fires that one back out wide. Glasgow again, steps inside. Poor ball forwards though, and easily cuts out Harry Spence this time. Just tries to ping one into the corner. A bit off the ball there. Jaramillo just running across Sergio Mendonca, making sure that he couldn't get a free run towards the ball. Get the stats up. A couple of little short passes. Farhan, the man that can be the thorn in the side of this Young Lions. Going to come very, very deep. Amanda Glory to try and get on the ball. Little nudge in the back. Farhan goes to ground. Well, that blue dye seems to be coming out of his hair now. After it was a lot brighter than that in the last game. Yuma. Zifa just keeps things simple. Well dispossessed. And Sanizal to the rescue. Yuma saw out again. And Sanizal with the left foot. Not the best pass.
I'm not quite sure what was intended by him, but actually the ball went towards Farhan, and I think Farhan was actually caught by surprise that the ball came in with that kind of speed and power behind it.
That's the old saying, you're supposed to stand on that foot. Just played with a little bit too much pace. You see Harry Spence there just saying played in behind. His pace and his ability will cause all sorts of problems if they get him into it. Saiful Akbar, lovely ball played over the top. Just a little bit too much pace though. Settlewood, who scored that opening goal against the Lion City Sailors. Towering header it was. He got up above Dakovic and buried his header after about 12 minutes. That was all he did. now the press, you can see exactly what Hougang are doing, but you've got to do it as a unit. And the Young Lions do really well there to play through that press. Not a bad touch from Otto there.
Yeah, of course, we know what Young Lions is trying to do. They are trying to get Hougang to push up to press them so that they have more spaces behind. But bearing in mind, saying that you always have to calculate the risk of playing short passes at the back. So then you don't risk losing the ball too close to your own goal.
They've won a free kick out the field of play, though. It's interesting, two coaches going head-to-head that never really played the game. Firdaus Qasim, of course, never really played to a level, the same as Pansiri or Otto, as his Thai nickname is. Will Amir be the one to swing this in, or will it be Luth? It is Amir Shafriz. It's a great ball as well. Just couldn't get the contact on it that he wanted, Kieran Teo. Got across the defender in front of his man, but didn't get the contact.
I think the ball was great, but it was definitely difficult for Kieran Teo to redirect the ball goalwards, especially with to project more power from that kind of in-swinging ball. But I think definitely he should have held the ball, in my opinion, and then try to see what happens next.
It's always difficult when you swing that ball in with that sort of trajectory. If you can make those runs across the goalkeeper and put defenders off by making runs, any touch or any deflection could see it go in the back of the net. Vinicius closed down quickly. Two number 7s coming together. Saifullah not giving him too much time or space. And the referee just saying to Andrade, come on. No, it's not there. Get back a little bit more. Still snuck up the line. Look, it's still in the opponent's half. No foul, said the referee. Vestering plays that one forwards. Amanda Glory chasing down, but Izwan Mahmoud's far too experienced and just deals with that. You were right, you mentioned this when we did the Young Lions game, the last one. He does bring that little bit of experience to that back line to help calm the defenders, the youngsters, down a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think having Izwan Mahmoud at the back gives you that additional option for the defenders to play on, because you know he's good with his feet, and not many players are actually really comfortable with their feet. So you know you have that kind of advantage. So whenever you feel you are a little outnumbered and you don't want to take the risk, you can always play it back to him, and you never know, he might actually spring a through pass from behind.
Vinicius trying to thread that one through the eye of a needle. Mendonca couldn't get there. Settlewood couldn't get it under control. Amir plays it forwards again. Hougan's turn now to just try and slow it down somewhat. Big long diagonal looking for Blasco, just skips off the surface though.
I think both teams they are having a decent time playing the ball around, but it's mostly side to side, and I think both teams are actually struggling to play the ball forwards and actually get the attack going.
Yeah, got to work it between the lines or play in behind and get your players making movement for you. Finished 2-0 a little bit earlier this season. Yotsukorn and Blasco were the two goal scorers in a 2-0 Hougang lead. Or win, I should say, not lead. Good play from Abner Vinicius. Again, switches it, looks long. Harry Spence looking to get on the end of it. Lovely first touch from him. Pestering, chasing him round. Did well to get back defensively there because he got caught out of position. Just the experience there of Georgeson. Tried the big diagonal, but Yumasua was the man that saw that one coming. Good feed from Setterwood, wanted options, and Alamilo was there. That's a beautiful turn as well. Really good play from Yuma. Fine. Big switch, looking for Blasco. Gets in behind, Blasco squares it. Commander Glory just couldn't get on the end of it. It's a slight difference than what they played against the Lion City side, as Blasco started more on the left as opposed to in the centre. Farhan being given that sort of number 10 role, as it were. Here's Blasco again. Vestering slows it down. Alamilo. Zaifa comes deep.
The Young Lions are playing a really defensive low block, and I think the only way for Hougang to penetrate now is not through passing. Definitely, I think the players on the side, they have to take on their men 1v1 and move the players. And then that's where you will find empty gaps in between the defenders, and also maybe perhaps behind the defense whenever the defenders actually push up to press you. So you need to take on your 1v1s, especially on the sides, and whenever you have the opportunity, so that you can displace the defenders.
That's exactly what Victor Blasco tried to do on that occasion. Didn't catch it right though, the shot. Mahmoud, is he being told off for taking too long? Or is there an issue in the middle of the park? Seems to be a little bit of an issue. See if that's a shin pad or what it was. If it was, it should be in someone's sock, that's for sure.
I think it was still a marker.
Yeah, could have been, yeah. Were you a big shin pad man or a small one?
Well, I started football with being forced by my dad to actually wear the biggest of shin pads, and then I turned towards as an attacking player. You know, you want to be as light as possible. I don't know if it makes any difference, but yeah, that's where the whole world went with shin pads. You know, the microchip ones.
Don't worry, we used to have those back in the day as well.
I think the most classic ones were cardboards.
In my time, they used to have ankle pads built into the shin pads and everything. That's how old I am.
I had a couple of instances where I had to wear them. I was forced upon from my dad, but I think I really didn't take a liking to that.
Smaller better. I agree with you. I used to cut mine down from my sponsors just to make them as small and as thin as possible. I'm sure you did exactly the same. That's got to be a yellow card, and it will be a yellow card. Has to be. He's going to book the wrong person here. He's booked the wrong person. It was definitely Saifullah. There you go. He's just apologising and just saying to Yuma, you're not going in the book. So the referee dealing with that. Saifullah Akbar thought he got away with one there. But he didn't. The referee came back and stuck him straight in the book. Ball fired in again from Amir. Just to have had a little push there, Jawson.
I think the deliveries from Young Lions from the set pieces has been quite decent, but I think one thing that they need to improve on is putting more numbers in the box, because the ball has always been in the dangerous area, but they don't have the numbers to actually try to pounce on the ball as whenever the opportunity arises.
After this sounds 21 minutes has just flashed by, really. Both sides trying to inject pace into the game with their passing and the zipping of the ball around, but we've had very, very little in the way of goalmouth action. Little nudge in the back there on Amanda Glory. He's having to come really, really deep to get on the end of things. Great take there from Settlewood. Settlewood was scrambling to try and keep that ball in play. That's why he hooked it in the way he did, and it's harmlessly gone out of play on the far side.
I think there was a great ball across by Amanda Glory to Settlewood, but unfortunately the ball was a bit too hard for him to keep it under control. But I think it's always a good sight to see players taking the risk to put the ball forward rather than just playing it around and backwards.
Bit of a mistake there. And the full ball didn't cross the line, which is why the whistle didn't go. Nicely worked in the middle of the park there from Harid. Good on ball forwards. From Yuma Sua. And again, Ryan Sanizal having to come a long way to deal with that situation. Skipper showing all his experience there.
I think great anticipation by Ryan Sanizal, anticipating the ball being headed behind the other defenders, and just coming to clean up and to sweep for the team.
Not sure what that was about from Halamilo. Sounded like a big scream from him, but got straight back up. Good play again from Glasgow. Glory. And the Glory just running into a brick wall. That's a lovely turn from Mendonca. Harry Spence picks up when Mendonca left off. He wanted the free kick, but it wasn't given. Vestring, he's going to have to earn his money tonight. Being pushed all the way by Harry Spence. Another little niggly foul. Glasgow, once you just extend that arm into the back of an opponent, just in front of the referee, then Makes it easy for the referee to award the free kick. So a chance for the Young Lions. Vinicius, deep, headed back across goal. Dawson had just strayed into an offside position though.
I think that was a good idea by the Young Lions to actually get the cross across to the far post and then get a head back on. But I think, like, of course he was offside, but if he put it on into the dangerous box, there was only 2 players to actually try to receive it. So I think this is definitely something that they need to work on, to put more people behind the ball and into the dangerous area.
And they have had the opportunity to put the ball in the box more than Hougang. But as we said before, it's all about the quality. Lovely turn from Amanda Glory, threads it forwards. Big save. Well, he's just poked that wide. Farhan Zulkifli had got in behind there. I thought that Iswan Mahmoud got a finger to that, but that's well worked.
Definitely, I think great turn by Amanda Glory, and split second to spot Farhan's run, although it's in a really tight space, and unlucky. I think Farhan actually kicked the ground more than the ball.
Now you know why I wear glasses. Iswan Mahmoud nowhere near that. He knew where his angles were though, had them covered, as good goalkeepers do. There's that press again, but it's not completely full on. And Vinicius just ran out of space. Better press on that occasion from Hougang. Haramilo, Farhan. Well, the idea was right there, but Saifullah just couldn't find the right pass. Unlike Abner Vinicius, who finds Harry Spence. Spence cuts back inside. Vinicius tried to take it first time, but Haramilo closed down that space, but didn't make the connection that he wanted.
A great counter-attack play by Young Lions, you know, as you expect. Harry Spence, Sergio Mendonca, and actually Abner Vinicius to actually go quick on the counter, and you know, Sergio Mendonca actually made the run to actually create some space for the cutback from Harry Spence, and everything was good except for the final attempt by Abner Vinicius. But I think that was probably what they've been planning the whole game, to actually sit back and find the opportunity to go on a counter.
Almost paid fruition for them. It didn't, however. Farhan getting in behind. Tricky as ever. Has to check back. And he is again. Nice turn from him, but strong challenge coming in. And Sanazalo. Yumasua helps it on. Setterwood. Little give and go. Setterwood's in here. Setterwood! 2-2 for the man from Thailand. And in their first real goal-scoring opportunity, Shakin Stevens, or Elvis, is in the building. What a finish from Setterwood. That lovely little give and go. And he didn't stop. And then just poked it home from about 10 yards out to give Hougang a 1-0 lead.
Well, definitely great teamwork by Yumasua and Setterwood to actually conjure up this opportunity and eventually a goal. And that finish from Setterwood, I think it's really quite difficult in that position, in that angle, to actually try to squeeze it past Izwan and through the near post.
Did it take a little nick off Teo? It was going goal bound, so it will be his goal, but it just looked as though it may just have took a little flick, which is why Izwan Mahmoud was maybe slightly outfoxed. But for the second time in a row, he gets a goal. They score first at Bishan Stadium. But have they learnt their lesson from a few days ago where they lost here to the Lion City Sailors?
Goal for Hougang United, scoring a goal, number 11, Sinowak Woodside.
Vinicius trying to thread that one through. I've actually not seen venturing as far forwards as we have seen him this season. He knows that Harry Spence can be a handful. He's dealt with him quite well in this first 30 minutes. Well, Harry Spence has had one or two opportunities to deliver into the box. Back inside for Lutharith. Here is Spence. There's a real battle going off the ball. Keep an eye on that with Sergio Mendonca and Jaramillo. The pair of them are having a tugging match off the ball all the time. Just wonder if the officials will see that at some stage. Little nudge in the back, just the arm slightly raised there by Lutharith.
We'll see how Young Lions respond to that goal being conceded. Whether we'll see them actually coming forward more and trying to press the ball higher, or are they just going to continue with the same game plan like they started the game, being deep and still going for the counter-attack.
It's the first time they found themselves behind in 120 minutes of football. You consider they did go 1-0 up in the last game, but got pegged back by an absolute stunning goal, it's fair to say. Real quality from Zanivio. Glasgow wanted the free kick, not given. Having a little moan and a whinge up to the referee. Again, it's all to do with distances now, and there's a lot of different things. It's a first-time thing. Is that arm in a natural position if you're running across to try and close somebody down? It's a first-time touch, just 2 yards away from him. There's so much more now to take into consideration for the officials. No nonsense defending. Carlson Lucas didn't like that one, did he, Amanda Glory? Sometimes you've got to let players know that they're in a game of football. I'm sure you've been on the receiving end of a few little challenges like that.
Yeah, it only makes you a man.
How the game has changed and evolved. There was a time when you could barge into a goalkeeper and put the goalkeeper and the ball in the back of the net and it would stand, and now it is totally different. Farhan has dropped deep again. Glasgow making a run off the ball as Vestrian was looking for him but couldn't get the ball to him. Aramillo. Better from Setterwood. That's a poor loose pass though, but it's a no-nonsense challenge coming in there from Jaramillo. Washington, Jaramillo wasn't going to lose that one, was he?
Definitely, I think he came in with 100% commitment, and he's never going to lose that ball. If he had to take the man along with it, he would definitely be glad to do it.
There's that press again from Hougang, high up the field of play, and Joelson gets caught in possession. They do win a throw-in that final third, though. Hougang would be a big 3 points for them. This would lead them up the table. They would go above Balestier with 3 points here. Take them on to 9 points. but easily dealt with in the end. Would be a big win for Hougang. As mentioned, would take them above Balestier Calsat. Not only that, they play Lion City Sailors, so they would be above them for a week, you would feel, the way that LCS are playing this season. Not writing anyone off though, Farhan. Aramilo. Vesting with a little header back, a little cushion header. Zaifa happy to keep things nice and slow. But some ball played in from Jaramillo there, right round the midriff of Fahanzul Kifli, who did brilliantly to get that under control. Glasgow, you could see what he was trying to do there, but never really going to pick that one off. Victor Blasco, 31-year-old who signed from Maltese side Balzan this season. Had 4 seasons in Cambodia though, with Svay Rieng and Angkor Tigers and Vishka. Also had spells in Canada and Guatemala. This one Mahmoud just fires it out. Good closing down and well won back and won the free kick well as well there. Good play in the end from Zaifa Aziz.
Hougang looks to be more than happy to play the ball side to side and try to keep the lead up till the halftime.
Setterwood, the goal scorer. 2 games in a row now. He's got the first goal of the game as well. That's a lovely ball switched out. Andrew Howe couldn't get there. Glasgow delivers. Far too much pace on that one though.
I think Victor Blasco has been quite a bright spark this game. He's been actually trying to make things happen for Hougang. He's been taking on his man. He's been putting in the crosses, and safe to say that the crosses are actually quite decent as well. If they had someone running in the back post, I think it would be a great cross and possibly a great goal as well.
He looks more comfortable, doesn't he, on the left, rather than playing in like a 10 role that we saw him start the game against the Lion City Sailors.
Yeah, I think he flourishes better on the left side. Maybe he prefers to get the ball on his feet and facing the whole game. And maybe he can take on his man, and since he's a right-footed player, so he tends to drift a little more inside and try to cut in and cause some problems in terms of the opportunity to have a shot at goal as well.
That's a clumsy little challenge. That's going to result in a yellow card as well. Zaifa Aziz will go into the book. So the 2 defensive midfield players for Hougang have been booked already.
And that was a really late challenge. I think it's a really naughty one as well.
Yeah, just caught him. It's the 2nd game in a row he's been booked. In fact, I can tell you that both defensive midfield players now, back-to-back games, back-to-back bookings, both of them. John Marble launches that one long. Well dealt with by Ryan Sanazal. Hasn't really had too much to do today. Just got caught there, Saifullah Akbar. I think that's what's called retribution. A little flick there from Amanda Glory, not coming off. Settlewood now the leading goal scorer for Hougang this season with 3 goals. De Blasco with 2. Only 3 goal scorers so far this season for the Young Lions. Mendonca, Vinicius and Aguero, who's since left. Here's the stats on possession. That's because of the press they're playing. They're winning it back higher up the field of play and then coming out and going again, which is exactly what they've done here, trying to play between the lines. What's he doing back there? Sergio Mendonca having to work incredibly hard to try and get on the ball in this game. It was a lot easier for him in the last one.
I think he definitely didn't have a lot of space, and I think he just wants to take every opportunity to play the ball, you know, as much as possible. And he was actually out of danger, but he went back straight into danger.
Danish playing up one wide. Oh, what's the contact there? There was a little bit. Spence looked as though he got the pace to get round Vestering and just having a quiet word with him.
I think that was a pull.
You've seen those given?
Yeah, I think definitely for me, I think it was a free kick for Young Lions. But yeah, I think the referee just wanted play to go on and he made the decision.
They have just checked that VAR. No penalty. Play continues. One back there from Ruth Harris. Clumsy challenge as well from Settlewood. Vinicius going to ground. Saying, what did I do wrong? He leant into him. He did just catch him though. Gets back to his feet, gets on with things. Marbud direct this time. An orthodox clearance though from Jaramillo. Glasgow just couldn't keep the ball. Him and Farhan trying to link up. Young Lions can come again. We're going into the final minute of this first 45. Have actually made it count when it really matters. They've managed to get themselves that goal. It's been an interesting first half though, hasn't it? It's been a lot of playing around, but no real final third action from both teams, from what we've seen and compared with the rest of the season.
I think probably the only action in front of goal was the goal itself, and I think Young Lions definitely need to turn up the notch a little here, especially they are behind the game now, so they need to bring the game to Hougang.
Spence delivers, it's deep. No real attempt to win that ball. Good defending though from Yumasua, which was ever so well there. Good closing down though from Abner Vinicius. Didn't give up the ghost, didn't give up the chase. 2 minutes of time added on, as you can see at the bottom of your screen. Easily cut out there from Andrew out. The Lions look to try and get themselves a late equaliser here, which of course is what they conceded in the last game in the 8th minute of time added on. And Spence just couldn't get the delivery that he wanted on that occasion. Glasgow doing well, just rolling past Harry Spence, contact being made, but there you go, shin pad back in. I don't get this with the socks down. I don't get it.
I don't know. I can put it out to you because I don't know what's the rationale behind it, and especially if they cut socks behind all these holes at the back.
All help forwards and all no nonsense defending. Haramilo clears his lines. Nice ball played forwards. Harry Spence again in a good position. Delivers, decent ball as well. Brave goalkeeping. Very brave from Zafan. He had to be as well because Sergio Mendonca was bearing down. Good save from the keeper, but good work from Spence.
Yeah, I think definitely it was a good one-on-one take on from Harry Spence to actually try to pick out Sergio Mendonca down there, and brilliant work by Zafan because he's been actually quite passive this whole game. He hasn't had much to do, and it's always difficult to actually keep your concentration on, especially in the 46th minute of the first half. It's never easy when these kind of things happen, and I think he actually made a good account of himself there.
First save of the game, really. But that's why goalkeepers have to be so alert for every second of the game. You never know when they're going to get called into action. That's one of the best clearances we've seen as the ball's gone out of the stadium at Bishan. But there is the half-time whistle. And it's a half that has seen Setterwood go back-to-back games with back-to-back goals and opening goals as well. Both sides, though, lacking in that final third, it's fair to say. But both sides looking to try and keep the pace by passing it around quickly. Plenty to play for in the second 45 minutes, but at half-time here at the Bishan Stadium, it's Hougang United 1, Young Lions 0. very warm welcome back to the Bishan Stadium. Hougang United beating the Young Lions by 1-0 in a first half that's seen nice, crisp passing all over the park, but very little in the way of final thirds. So all to play for that second half. Farhan, though, has been lively. Went close on this occasion, but just poked his shot wide.
Yeah, I think definitely the play by Amanda Glory was really great to actually turn his defender and play Farhan on goal. And I think the pressure by Andrew was just the right amount to actually put Farhan off and actually not get a good contact on the ball.
Just enough to squeeze him and push him out of play. When the goal came, though, it was lovely movement between Setterwood and Yumasua. Little give and go here, and there you go, out of his feet. Did it just take a slight nick off Kieran Teo? Nothing he could have done about that, but Setterwood, for the second game in a row, scores the opening goal.
I think great goal by especially Yumasua and Setterwood to actually combine and actually get this opportunity up. And yeah, in front of goal, you just take a shot on target. Whether it hits someone else or it deflects into goal, it's still your goal.
Yeah, it just caught his thigh. You could just see from that angle. He did just clench his thigh or his knee and just outfoxed Iswan Mahbud in goal. The Young Lions, this is the closest they came, and it was right towards the end of that first half when Ali Spence had got himself into a decent position, but this time, Zafan Rohaizad, who did very little in that first 45 minutes, had to come up trumps here.
Definitely, Zafan actually had little to do, like you said, but this was a very crucial moment for them, because if this opportunity were to end up being a goal, it's going to change the whole game for Hougang. And yeah, I think for the Young Lions, it's an opportunity for him to go up front.
Hougang then having the lion's share of it at the moment. The Young Lions with 0 attempts and no on target, obviously, but 50% of Hougang's efforts have hit the target. They did have 3 corners, but that happened early in the first half, but still pretty even between these two sides. So it's 1-0 here at half-time from the Bishan Stadium. Tomorrow we're at our Tampines hub, where BG Tampines Rovers will take on Tanjung Pagi United. LCS take on Balestier from the Jalan Besar on Sunday. Albirex Niigata will take on Geylang, which will round up match week 8. All to play for then in the second 45 minutes. Can Hougang take all 3 points and go up a place in the table? Or can the Young Lions come roaring back? Join us in a few minutes' time. Warm welcome back to the Bishan Stadium. Hougang lead the Young Lions by a goal to nil. The Young Lions then have it all to do this second 45 minutes. They turned around and they got themselves a point in the last game against Tanjong Pagar United. At the moment, though, they've been lacklustre, no chances, no opportunities that have gone goal-bound. There's the man that's now the leading goal scorer for Hougang with 3 goals to his name. 2 of those in the last 2 games. Settlewood making absolutely no mistake, although it did take a little nick of Kieran Tio's knee. He'll still take it nonetheless. He's on Marbud, very little he could do about the goal. Adam Swandy joins me. Adam, an interesting game, more technical here, but we need some final third action from both sides to either, 1, put the game to bed for Hougang, or 2, for the Young Lions to come back roaring this second 45.
I think this game right now, the second half, definitely Hougang's gonna just start the game the same like how they started the first half. They try to keep the ball and try to be patient with their build-up. But it's more of us seeing what Young Lions is gonna come up with in the second half to actually come up higher to press the Hougang defense, and especially when Hougang is in possession, for the Young Lions to put in more pressure so that they can get the ball high up and actually quickly go on attacks, because that's been their game plan, but they've been a little bit too low, and it's always been a huge distance for the attackers to actually have a chance to actually finish their play.
Otto looking on there with the guidance of Akbar Nawaz, who's helping to mentor him and help him along his coaching journey. Almost all set to go. It will be Hougang that will get us going at the start of this second 45 minutes. It's looking a bit barren in certain areas, but it's the same for both teams. You've just got to get on with it. Don't forget that both defensive midfield players, Saiful Akbar and Zaifer Aziz, are on yellow cards for Hougang, so they can't afford any more slip-ups. It may just leave the door slightly open and ajar then for the Young Lions. Hougang happy to just keep possession. Ryan Sanizal, I told you that left foot was for standing on. That pass that he made earlier in that first half with his left foot.
Probably lost all his confidence in his left foot after that. hard pass.
There you go, get the confidence back with a little 5-footer. Glasgow turns it round the corner, nice ball as well. Amanda Glory. Glory takes it on. Well, was looking for Glory. Hitting it from that sort of distance. Amanda Glory yet to score in the couple of games that he's had since moving to Hougang from Sydney Olympic.
Well, there was definitely a great opportunity to actually test Izwan from that distance, but unfortunately the shot went a bit too wide for our liking.
Danish playing that one across. Vinicius in space if they can find him. No, they elect to go wide instead. Here's Harry Spence. Spence with the cross. Cushioned header away though from Ryan Sanizal. Harmlessly out of pay. Happy to just keep possession and play it around.
it's all relaxed and easy for Hougang now. But having a 1-goal lead, it's never a comfortable feeling. You know, you can make one mistake and you are.
Glasgow delivers. Not cleared. The shot goes just wide. Setterwood with a chance for a second. Took a little nick, and it's gone behind for a corner.
Well, there was a big chance for Setterwood onside to actually put the game to bed.
Again, closing down quickly was Yumasua. Forced the mistake that there got the ball to Setterwood. Should really have done a little bit better there. Nice ball played back inside, deflected away again. This time, Saifullah Akbar arriving late and looking to cause problems.
Well, that was definitely straight from the training ground. Well worked set piece play by Hougang to actually catch Young Lions off guard. Saifullah was just a little bit too late to get his shot off.
Referee not liking the pushing and shoving that's going on. They're playing rugby. Mendonca and Haramilo. Decent ball whipped in. Ryan Sanazao helps it on. They don't clear it well enough, but they get away with it. And now they can look to break forwards, the Young Lions. Abdo Vinicius trying to keep the ball at his feet. That's a clumsy, silly challenge as well. Yumasua goes into the book. An interesting one. He spent the last 4 years playing over in Lithuania, Serbia and Montenegro. No nonsense with that challenge.
I think Yuma definitely sensed the danger that was coming and he had to take one for the team, and I think honestly it was a good decision by him to actually take one for and to get into the books of the referee. But I think there was definitely something dangerous coming up from that kind of counter attack.
Quality is delivered here. Amir with the ball in. Far too heavy though.
You must be next to him, not in front of him.
I have to say it's actually pretty hard to swing in a ball from that sort of range, especially as an in-swinger. It's not easy to try to find a man in the box, and it's not easy for the runners especially to get on time not being outside.
A little bit too heavy, but the referee's pulled that one back. Referee saying we'll have no more of that, please.
Oh, that was a really hard challenge from the back from Jolson. He's lucky to get away with that one.
Very lucky to get away with that one. Ball just clipped into the channel. Alpha makes the run in behind. Glasgow has to come away with it. Spoon forward more than anything as Glasgow picks up the loose ball. Cuts inside. Oh, you can see what he was trying to do, not a million miles away.
I think Glasgow definitely great effort by him. You know. Since the first half, I felt like he was someone who was actually the bright spot for Hougang throughout the whole 45 minutes in the first half, and I think he's been trying to get on with the same rhythm in the second half, and I think it was a great shot by him as well.
He's looking for that top corner. Just couldn't find it. Through forwards, but not good enough. Cap closed down quickly. Ryan Sanazal not giving him any space at all. Jawson. Possession well there. Glasgow goes all the way home, so Zarfan gets a touch this half. Ball in behind. Harry Spence here has time and space. Couldn't dig it out like he wanted to. Vinicius. And Vinicius trying to create that yard for himself. Couldn't. And given away, but not the best clearance from Anamilo. Time and space. Glasgow. Deflects out wide for Saifola. Glasgow. Lions win it back, and there's that no-nonsense defending from Ismail Mahmoud in goal. Lions keep coming forwards though. Lovely ball played in behind. Is he onside? Harry Spence. Good save from Zarfan, but the flag does go up for offside. Was well worked. You could see from the reactions of the Hougang defenders, though, they knew he'd just strayed offside.
Definitely the ball was a little bit too late, and the run was great as well, but the ball came in a little bit too late, and he still had to finish the action, and Zarfan actually managed to keep the ball out, so no matter what, it still wasn't a goal.
Good save in the end.
And then you were mentioning how Hougang players, they actually stopped when they felt it was offside. It's, I think, really hard for players to actually keep on playing when you feel like it's an offside. it's really hard to play to the whistle. I feel like even for me personally, I used to just play according to what we feel like, and then if it goes through as not an offside, it's going to be a big problem for us.
Zarfan not happy. Thought that he'd taken a little arm to the face there. Yeah, everybody says you've got to play to the whistle, but if you know clearly he's offside, that's the hardest thing, where now the game is flowed and it's allowed because you don't want to stop a goal-scoring opportunity. There we go, that was a little bit naughty. That's a yellow card. That goes to Jolson Lucas. Oof. And Sanzal fighting for everything. He's just volleyed him.
That's really uncalled for from Jolson. I'm sure they are going to have a look at it.
Very, very clumsy challenge. Yeah, it was somewhat of a clumsy challenge from the 22-year-old. Jose Renese in Brazil, he was signed from. Akbar's getting himself into a bit of trouble as well. Just to show the tablets that they have down there on the touchline to the fourth official, saying, can you really do this? So the play will just continue. Far out, 18, say 3-4 yards outside the box, 22 plus 10, 32, 35 yard strike. It's going to be Blasco. Blasco! That was nearly one out the top draw.
I think he was trying to catch Izwan off guard because he took it really quickly right as the whistle was blown, and I think the chance was really quite decently taken by Blasco, and actually it didn't go too far off the goal.
Just off target. Seems to be certain things that are uncertain at the moment. Hougang come again. They're growing stronger as the game's going on. Blasco left-footed to the far post. Amanda Glory whips it in, but there's far too much pace on that.
Hougang looks to be really dangerous on the left side, especially with Victor Blasco down the left, trying to take on his men and trying to create something for the team.
Harry, only one, 50-50. The other one, 50-50 there. Okay, Harry, press the ball. Stay there. Press the ball. You play, you go.
Took a deflection on the way, so it's going to be a corner. Fired into that near post area. Just a block clearance is all it was. Adman Vinicius gets past Blasco. He'll be lucky if he doesn't go in the book here. He knew exactly what he was doing. Just wants to shut up and walk away, otherwise he will get a yellow card. Hey, look, the arm goes up and over and stops Vinicius getting there. He's lucky he doesn't go in the book for that.
Yeah, it's an obvious foul and obvious booking, but I think Blasco, he should just look down and walk away.
I think he has gone into the book for that, so 31-year-old Spaniard pays the price. Izwan Mahmoud launches one long. It's a great ball as well. Harry Spence tried to take it on his own. Harry Danish tried to create a yard, got dispossessed. Played forwards in the end by Saifullah. Amanda Glory. That's good play. Blasco goes for the right-footed curler. Izwan Mahmoud. Well, got away with that one, shall we say. Thought he had a little bit more time.
Yeah, Victor Blasco is always looking to cut in and take a curler of a shot from there, and I think Izwan saw it all the way. It's just that he didn't get the ball and catch it as much as he would like it.
Well, they want the free kick. It's not been given. Play allowed to continue. Harry Spence dinks that one forward, straight to the hands of Zarfan. It's not the best ball from his keeper, putting him under pressure, but I mean, Andrew Howe's half his size. Hougang are going to make a change anyway. Looks like Nabi Kibimuchi is going to come on. Hanamino looks as though he'll be the man that's going to make way. Both got mistakes in them. He has gone down with an injury though. They want to make the change, but they're not kicking the ball out of play. In the end, that's exactly what Hougang do. They just launch it clear. Maybe has a little bit of a niggle or a knock. Nabi Kingabuchi will come on. So, like for like, the man from Kenya goes back into the fray. Spent almost a decade in the States playing for different academies and different lower league teams, in not in the MSL but the divisions below it, more state leagues. Get back underway. Given away, just a poor touch there from Ruth Harith, and now the orange shirts are there and they're in advance as well. Glory has bodies in the box. Can he find one? Gets dispossessed. Again, winning back though. Going to try and keep possession again.
The Lions definitely has to come up a bit more, to press a bit more, to force some errors from Hougang, because if at the rate they're going, they're really deep in their half. Hougang's not going to make any sort of mistake for them to try to manipulate.
Glasgow. Fires one into the box. There's no one there, though. Nabi can't quite believe that that's been given against him. Closing down a little bit too physical though, and he don't want to get involved here. He's on a yellow card, is Zafar Aziz. And Danish not happy either. Referee do well just to let this one go. Shows the desire and the commitment of both players. Not really too much in that, to be fair. Both showing the passion and the desire for the ball. One more warning, that's what that looks like. If I leave him on, that's going to be the question. Realise you've won the league with Albrecht Nagata as well. Doing some homework on you going into tonight's game. Here's Blasco. Blasco penalty, nailed on. And that could be a card that could have a colour that no one wants to see. Abner Vinicius not happy, neither is Amir Shafi's, and the pair of them are having to be separated by the referee. Penalty?
I think no question. Sure penalty.
He's all over him. There were bodies around though, which is why it won't be red. It's a clumsy, silly challenge, and you can see the frustration there from Amir Shafi's. Well, the skipper wanted to lead by example, but unfortunately, a pair of them had to be separated. Chance here now then for Hougang to double their advantage.
A big chance for Hougang to actually bury the game.
Will be Glasgow, who wants to go back to the joint top scorer, as it were. Was the scoreline. They beat the Young Lions last time these two faced off. That one was back on the 2nd of October, and it's 2-0 now. Glasgow makes absolutely no mistake, buries it in the bottom corner, and the man that scored against them earlier this season does so again. He was upended for the penalty, made absolutely no mistake, and there you have it. Hougang lead by 2-0.
I had no doubt that Blasco was going to bury it behind the net, because the way that the confidence he had when he held the ball, when he put the ball down, you knew that he's going to just blast it into the net and make it sure that it's 2-0 for Hougang, and that's what he did.
For Hougang United, scoring a goal, number 18, Victor Blasco.
Oh dear, that's a very clumsy challenge as well. Referee said play on.
It has been a difficult battle for Young Lions, even from before the second goal being conceded, and now I think it's going to be a harder of a climb for them.
It is going to be hard. You can see the body language of the players. They're bickering and they're arguing with each other, and that doesn't bode well. That doesn't bode well. 17 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. They've just got to keep their heads a little bit here, the Lions, and get back to how they were playing. Blasco cuts inside. And for the reverse pass in the end. Things mopped up easily in the end by Lutari. Given away though, Blasco thought about the shot first time. Might as well think about the shot the second time, because that was very, very poor from him. He knows it as well. And Irevki is going off. Kanan Chong is the man coming on. Came on in the last game as well.
Done yet. There's at least 15 more minutes for them to play, and it's only for us to see how the Young Lions will react after this, whether they put their heads down or actually they keep on coming and try to get the first goal.
No, that's called a good baden, because there's no way Iswan Mahmoud managed to try and screw that ball the way that he did there. Total miss kick, but got away with it. Just needs that calming influence out on the field, doesn't it? It's okay having the experience in goal, but you need a player on the pitch like that as well. I mean, slightly different from a goalkeeper that can just galvanise the team.
Yeah, definitely they need more than just one leader at this point. They need more senior players to actually guide them, and it's proven that it's been a bit too empty for the team.
Misses out, loses out again, little chip. Vinish got away with that one there. Mendonca trying to make inroads, tries to play it wide, and Vestring, who hasn't really given a sniff to how he spends this second half. Amanda Glory is going off. Has worked hard, but just can't get anything going in that final third. Amanda Glory. Sahara is the man that comes on. Hougang come again. Little clip forwards, and Iswan Mahmoud quickly off his line. Wonder if he'll get cramped today.
You never know. Can't call it out too quick.
Goalkeepers in cramp. Talked to a couple of the older guard senior professionals about that. And I'm going back to even before my time, and I don't think they could quite believe when goalkeepers go down with cramp these days. Nabuchi just holding on to it. Nice play. Glasgow, you could see what he was trying to do, but there was an easier pass on. Just gave the ball away though. But that's exactly what the Young Lions do. Confidence is a massive, massive thing in football, isn't it?
Definitely, I think Young Lions just need to find it within themselves, and I think especially the coaches and the more senior players, even though they don't have many senior players, but they need to try to rally the team up and actually finish strong. You may be losing in the game and you may lose the game, but you have to play the whole 90 minutes well.
Vestring looking to get on with things quickly. Just a little too quickly though. And Spence couldn't get on the end of that one. They did only lose 2-1 to the Lion City Sailors in the opening game of the season, Hougang.
If I could remember properly, they were actually quite impressive.
Yeah.
We came into the game thinking that Young Lions would have it like a walk in the park, but actually Hougang brought the game to Young Lions, to Lion City Sailors, and it was quite a game, to be honest.
Yeah, I remember. Glasgow fighting, battling for the ball, comes away with it. Gets dispossessed. Calmer heads required in the last 10 minutes. Spence back inside. Andrade dispossessed. Naby was there. Blasco goes into the tackle as well. Had to be careful because he's on a yellow card as well. Not the best clearance. In fact, Andrade should really have brought that one down. Try to head it forwards and keep the Young Lions going with the momentum. Sometimes, though, you just need to take the sting out of it and go again. Here's Yumasua. Not much said about him. Very impressive, though. Decent ball in as well. Settlewood wasn't going to be able to get there, though.
The Lions have to inject some urgency, and they need it right now because it's been probably they're left with 10 more minutes to actually climb back into the game, and this is the right moment to actually put in whatever they have and try to bring the game to Hougang now.
They've got to stop them though. Fahan plays it wide, and again Yumat has gone forwards. Yumat creates a yard, delivers, decent ball in, the strike comes in from Saifola. Blocked out though, and now the Young Lions come again. This game really starting to open up here in the last 5 or so minutes. Just when we say that, the sting goes out of it again.
Sometimes it gets me a bit confused which team is actually leading at this point.
You have to play with a little bit more gusto.
Great turn by Lou Faris.
All played out wide. So again, Namir goes for goal. High and over the top. Naby Kibamuchi has gone to ground. Not sure what that was. Ooh. That was a little shove, but I think he's gone down far too cheaply. They are looking at it though.
I think he knows VR is always on the watch, so he's trying to make the best out of it as well.
Abner Vinicius, we're hearing, is the man that's going to come off, and you can only think that that's because of the little spat that was had between him and Amir Shafis. Gave the penalty away for that second goal. So Nicholas Beninga is the man that comes on. Manager then, what can he do? Not really been given too long to play. Andrew out, winning the header against Glasgow. Needs the initial tackle, but Mendonca comes out with the ball. Here's Harry Spence. An unorthodox challenge, but a good and fair one from Nabi. Glasgow skips past one, skips past two, and then gets absolutely taken out by Jawson, who's on a yellow card. He's already on a yellow. What's the referee going to do here? He's just trying to calm everything down, I think. There you go, that's the last warning. Ryan thought that he may have had a foul earlier. He's won the ball there, clearly. Skips past one.
Well, not too much of a challenge from Joelson, definitely a foul, but I don't think it's going to give him a second booking for that. The way he's rolling into the pitch as well.
I know, yeah. Talk about an afterthought. Here's Kasim just saying, what are you doing? Yeah, he's got a point. You just get him off the pitch now and you don't let him on for a minute. That's what you should do.
Yeah, they need a revision for this ruling.
Well, there is talk about that for the goalkeepers, isn't there? That's going to be introduced at some stage, where an outfield player will have to go out of the field of play for a minute or two if goalkeepers are found to be wasting time. So you will be down to 10 men for a period of time.
I think that's definitely a good new ruling to implement, and definitely there'll be...
Long range shot just high and wide from Saiful Akbar. And that's exactly what the referee's done. Just get off the pitch and stay off the pitch.
I think it's good to actually try to improve and increase the amount of gameplay.
Yeah, the ball in play is the thing that everybody looks at. They talk about that now. That's the big thing. Has been over the past couple of seasons in leagues all across the world. I think the average a few years ago was about 20 minutes. Was it 22.5 minutes or something ridiculous like that per half? And now it's pushing up and around the 30-minute mark. Something outrageous it was. They're going to make a change. Glasgow is asking for the stretcher. It's helped up by the referee as well. A round of applause for his troubles and his woes. Yang comes on. Young here it is. Who's come on? Interesting to see what he can do. Has played in the Chinese Super League a good few years ago now, obviously, but started at Tengcheng Yatai. All played into the box, just blocked clear from Nabi again.
Great work for Saifullah on the just get off of the feet.
And he's again just trying to play the ball in behind, but just couldn't do it quickly enough. He's looking to try and sneak one back here. Couple more changes for the Young Lions. Ref's not happy with Yang He and just telling him so. A change will come now. Andrew Howe will be going out, as will Harid Danish. Enrico Silveira comes on, as does Daniel Mikhail. Surely they're not going to have an impact with just 2 minutes to go, but you never know. Daniel Mikhail with his first touch finds Harry Spence. Amir with the shot blocked. We're hearing that there's going to be 6 minutes of time added on at the end of the 90. Harry Spence tries to cross it with the outside of his foot. Long-range effort, never really going to test Zarfan Raizad, who's just been called into action in that second minute of time added on at the end of the first 45, where it's the only real save he's had to make.
I think it's really tough for him, honestly, especially when the game's not really testing you that much. You have to keep your focus on for the full 90 minutes. It's really a tough task for him, as much as we'll say it's an easy day for him.
Tough task for the two subs that have just come on, being given only 2 minutes to try and get into the game. I like him the more I see him, you know, Yumasua.
Yeah, I think it's he's definitely a player who takes no chances at the back, and he makes good runs as well to open up.
Well, you don't need your goalkeeper doing that when he's under pressure. Nabi just telling him, launch it long, for God's sake.
As he kept his focus on for 89 minutes and then...
Nowhere to hide as a goalkeeper. Mendonca on the turn. Nabi back there. Can't stop the corner though. Confirmation then, 6 minutes of time added on. Well, we spoke about goalkeepers having to be focused for the full 90 plus, and all he's got to do is put his foot through that. He's put his side under a bit of pressure there.
Yeah, Zarfan Raizad definitely is lucky to get away with that, and now he still has the hope to actually keep the clean sheet for this game.
Oh, late drama. We like a bit of late drama. Quality ball fired in. Could have let it go, but wasn't sure. And again, as a goalkeeper or a defender, if you hear the call, sometimes if you're not sure, you've just got to deal with it, and that's exactly what Zarfan did there. He's unknown, of course, from the Lion City Sailors. Amir delivers the corner. That's much better.
Zarfan definitely make amends with that, and he's definitely going to eat up some time.
I'll be surprised if he plays out short. Comfortable, nice claim and a nice catch from the keeper. It just relieves so much pressure off the team when your goalkeeper can do that in a match. And he, playing it inside, keeps possession. Got dispossessed though, that was well won back by Kalen. Not enough though. Nicholas Benninger unable to get on the end of that. No nonsense on that occasion. It was a nice ball played forwards as well. Settlewood just couldn't bring it under control. Wins it back though. And the little flick into the path of Anu Safis. Young Lions trying to throw everything forwards and just panicked Vestering there into a poor pass. Mendonca just couldn't get the ball out of his feet, wanted the free kick, not given there. Just seems anywhere will do at the moment for Hougang.
And the slight pressure Young Lions is putting in, especially from the players who are being substituted in. is putting pressure on the Hougang players, and they're making a lot of errors. So this is what they were actually supposed to do since the start, especially when they're chasing the game.
Is it one step forwards, as in from the last result, and 2 steps back from the Young Lions tonight?
Yeah, I think definitely. Like they came up with 1 point, which I still feel like they should have gotten away with 3 points in the last game. But now this game, suddenly they've gone back to square one again.
It's going to be tough for them. It does mean that Hougang will go on to 9 points and go above Balestier in the table. That's a lovely ball. Safullah Akbar firing it out wide. Farhan, still Farhan, a little scoop and hits the woodwork. Should have been 3. Clever play from the man on his 100th appearance tonight for Hougang United. Just couldn't get it under the crossbar.
Oh, beautiful ball played by Safullah Akbar into the path of Farhan. A little ding to improvise whatever run he made, and if it went in, it would be the perfect goal for his 100th appearance. Really unlucky for him.
It's a million miles away. Just over a minute to go. And Spence with the layoff. Good tackle, really good, well-timed tackle that was, and it needed to be as well. There's 3 orange shirts forwards, so they're not giving up the chase just yet. They want another one. Setherwood. Sefullah just dispossessed, but wins the throw. That should run the clock down to near enough where Hougang want it. Draws so far this season. Only 4 draws, which is quite remarkable. Decent ball played into the channel, but it's too much for Amir. Just shows that both teams go for things when they are out on the field of play, and it was Hougang that went for it today. They had a little bit more passion, a little bit more desire, a little bit more want in their play after that 5-1 defeat to the Lion City Sailors. They came out and it started with Setherwood in the 30th minute scoring a goal. It did take a little nick off Kieran Teo to go into the back of the net before Victor Blasco slotted home a penalty after being upended by Abner Vinicius to make absolutely no mistake. It finished 2-0 when they played earlier on in the season, and once again here in the SPL tonight at the Bishan Stadium. They've done themselves proud. They've taken all 3 points with another 2-0 victory. High fives and handshakes all round on the benches, but in this match week 8 of the SPL, it's finished Hougang United 2, the Young Lions 0. Well, it started so well for Hougang as well, getting the goal on the half-hour mark. It was set to a lovely little give and go, and then a little poke forwards and a slight deflection to put it past the keeper.
I take nothing away from Setherwood and Yuma Sua for actually building the goal up, and it's a beautiful build-up by them. And of course, you may say he's a bit lucky with the finish, but I think it wouldn't be a goal if he didn't take the chance.
Drove in, took the opportunity because he took the space, and then once you do that, anything can happen. A little nick, a deflection, or you could just get it through on goal, and that's exactly what happened there. That was on the half-hour mark. Hougang came out, all guns blazing in the second half as well. Blasco played incredibly well, but a real chance and opportunity here for Setherwood, putting it wide.
Yeah, really big chance for Setherwood again, falling over to him, and he's probably the player you would expect the chance to actually become a goal. and unlucky to have been blocked by Rifki there.
Glasgow went close, not overly close, but went close to testing his one Mahmoud in goal.
The chance definitely got his one scrambling across his goal.
No real problems there, but then a big mistake from Adnan Vinicius, and you can see here, goes all over the back of him, brings him down. You can see the frustration from Amir Safris. Those two fronted each other up, and you can see they're not happy with each other. A real inquisition, and it meant that Adnan Vinicius would come off the field of play. He got substituted not long after this, but it was a penalty, no questions about that.
Definitely no questions. I think everyone on the pitch and everyone watching will surely say it's a penalty. No one is okay to dispute about it.
Stepped up, slotted it home. It was 2-0 earlier in the season when these two faced off on the 19th.
Definitely the confidence from Victor Blasco was apparent, and you know he's gonna get a goal there.
No mistake there. 2-0 earlier, 2-0 tonight. This was right at the end. Very, very clever play from Farhan. Just over scooped it, if you can do such a thing. He just got too much on it, didn't he?
Oh, great for him to actually improvise, because he got chased down on the way to goal, and actually he slipped, but he actually really improvised it really well. But I feel like if he got it on target, it would be really good, because it would be a perfect way to end off his 100th cap.
100th appearance tonight for Hougang United, but it's a victorious one. These are the stats then, 54%, so Hougang's just slightly in possession, but look at those attempts. To be fair, the Young Lions hadn't had any in that first half, but they did have 4 in the second. Hougang peppering the goal though, I think it's fair to say. 4 yellow cards to 1, but that won't matter. The only numbers that count are the ones at the top of the screen that say Hougang United 2, Young Lions 0. Well, it leapfrogs Hougang United up into 5th place after finishing in 7th last year. They will want to improve on that. The Young Lions still rooted at the bottom with just that solitary point after that 1-1 draw with Tanjong Pagar United last week. But there's plenty more action coming your way. Match week 8 will see us tomorrow go to our Tampines hub as BG Tampines Rovers take on Tanjong Pagar United. LCS, will anybody stop them? Balestier will try and do so from the Jalan Besar on Sunday. And then rounding off match week 8 will be Albirex against Geylang from the Jurong East Stadium. Huge thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the game. Quite a technical one and a couple of moments of brilliance, but it's finished. Hougang United 2, Young Lions 0.